worthy. We're not worthy.
Please give a warm Tucson welcome to our newest Tucsonan, Noam Chomsky.
The Loft Cinema opened in 1972 in a little funky space down near campus of the University of Arizona. It has been operating in Tucson ever since. In '91, it moved to the place it is now, which used to be an AMC theater called the Showcase. And it was just something everybody kind of took for granted until a for sale sign went up, and then a bunch of us kind of panicked at the idea of losing the loft. So we saved it and turned it into a nonprofit.
I started here in 2006, and before that I owned a bookstore and I taught film at the University of Arizona. It was sort of a natural progression for me to come here. It's the perfect job if you love movies, because you spend your time watching movies, curating movies, and getting to talk to people about movies. We do a lot of introductions to films, talking about the history of the film and contextualizing it.
Tonight we have for you the Tucson premiere of the new documentary Kusama Infinity from director Heather Lenz, which delves into the life and the career of the best-selling female artist in the world. We do talkbacks after films. I go into the audience with a microphone and just get people's feelings and let the audience talk to each other. And that's part of the sort of interactive experience that we try and promote here. Who said they had been to a Kusama Infinity room? Yeah. Could you just explain the feeling?
Well, I went up to the Phoenix Art Museum. I opened this black curtain and walked in, and I felt like I was walking in the middle of the sky, surrounded by stars.
Yeah.
When we first moved here, the first thing we looked at was where they show new films. Interesting films, and I was sent right to the Loft. My friends tease me. They know I'm a regular. And they say, yep, she's been to the Loft again. I love it because they have such a wide variety of films here. And then they have special occasions when they have the film fests and all kinds of different people. The promoters and sometimes the producers come, and they've had people who have been involved in it. They've had all kinds of people come here and talk to the audiences who have been involved with the making of the films. It's really fascinating here.
Hello, darlings. We're doing a blood drive as part of our Women in Horror Month. There's an International Women in Horror Month in February. They started this little grassroots movement to start building a community of women that are interested in horror. When we have special events, especially around Halloween time, we're all encouraged to dress up. It has a lot to do with Jeff, our program director. You will guarantee that he will be in costume when he's introducing different events.
Tonight, our month-long, blood-curdling celebration of femme-fueled terror flicks draws to a terrifying conclusion with one of my very favorite vampire movies.
Near Dark from 1987.
Thank you so much. Enjoy. My career is in social work, and I deal with some heavy stories, heavy situations on a daily basis. And I tried to figure out something on how to not take all that home with me. And I discovered that the Loft has volunteers. I've been a volunteer for 8 years now. I really call it like my happy place in Tucson. We have a Grease sing-along. We have people dress up as Grease characters. Christmas sing-along, we have an ugly Christmas sweater contest. Jeff likes a good costume contest, so that's probably my favorite thing to do.
Are you wearing anything underneath? Okay, perfect. Yes. Fantastic.
There's a lot of witches here tonight, kids. Hope you make it out alive.
Sing-alongs get people really engaged in a way that I think nothing else does. And it's really all based on Rocky Horror. I mean, I think Rocky Horror set that template decades ago. We just celebrated our 40th anniversary of showing Rocky Horror continuously here at the Loft. People in that community, the Rocky community, claim it's an
American record in terms of longest continuous run of Rocky Horror Picture Show, and that's a big part of our identity.
I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
It's always been a goal of ours is for this to be a artistic space, a community space for people to gather and talk about movies, share their movies. I think the Loft has really become part of the film scene in a very deep way. So we have a lot of events where we work with different groups to come to the theater to talk about what they do in our community, to show films that speak to them. Solar Cinema is a relatively new program in the grand scheme of the Loft, but I think it's powerful. It's really about taking films outside the theater to underserved communities in our state and just bringing the Loft experience there. And we have a solar-powered van because we live in a state with nothing but sun all the time. And the screen setup is also solar-powered, the projector and the inflatable screen. And we go to communities all over Arizona and we talk to communities like, what kind of films do you want us to bring? So we try to actually collaborate with them in that respect.
Film Rumble, the documentary, we saw it at Sundance and knew that it was a perfect film for our audience. There's 26 Indian tribes in Arizona. There's always going to be people who, for whatever reason, whether it's distance or money or whatever, will never make it to the theater, and we want to take really great movies to them.
This weekend, we are going to be showing Rumble outdoors at the Steel Indian School in Phoenix.
I'm glad you guys were here. I want you to tell all your friends. I mean, it's really cool that, you know, you can sit outside under the stars. I want to thank Loft Cinema for what they're doing and what they're trying to do, and they're really going for it, and they really care. This little movie we made was supposed to be a film to show Native people that there are some role models out there and some positive people that did some amazing things. And I just wanted to make a positive film about some positive heroes.
One can't help but notice the rhythms of the pulse that was here, that is here, been here. The feel of Native American is in a lot of rock and roll.
A lot of R&B musicians and blues musicians talked about having Native blood.
The one group that hasn't really been investigated in terms of their contribution is the Native Americans.
I thought the movie was great. I'm just going to be honest about it. It was an educational experience for me, and I was excited to bring the kids out to see it. It's a positive image of Native Americans, a small core group of Native American people that had influence on many, many musicians that we all look up to.
A lot of the films that we show, they would not show in Tucson otherwise if we didn't bring them. I think we add something unique to the community. The idea of an art house can be intimidating to some people, and that's really the goal, is making it so that it's really kind of accessible to everyone.